This is Stephanie, and Stephanie, you are now 4th generation?
We both are.
4th generation.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm the little sis.
She's 6 years younger than me.
Huh?
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. I have known this family for over 25 years.
That's right.
You folks hail from Indianapolis, south of Indianapolis, where I grew up. You won't find anything like this in garden centers. We have a 50-piece. This is a Sub-Zero
Yes.
Dwarf Gladiolus.
That's right.
Gladiolus is a flower that my grandmother loved.
Absolutely.
Because of it, my mother loved.
It's a timeless flower.
But they were a little finicky in terms of where they would grow and how well they would do.
Especially in Indiana.
Yeah.
You know, the traditional gladiolus that they loved, you get these beautiful bulbs, but then you put them in the summer, and then when it's time, when they die, you have to go out and redig the
them up.
bulbs.
Yep.
And that's why they lost their favor.
Yeah.
People stopped growing them because they got sick of digging them up.
Exactly.
I remember my mom would have to go out, usually September before it got really too cold.
Right.
Dig them up, put them in a brown paper bag,
Yep.
and store them
In the garage
in the
or
garage
wherever.
or the laundry
Cellar,
room.
yeah.
But this,
These are winter hardy.
that's right.
To below zero.
Yes.
You leave them in the ground.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about getting on your hands and knees at the end of the season and digging them up. They're actually winter hardy down to -15. So that's almost everyone in the country. And now
Yes.
they're not back-breaking. And because they are a dwarf gladiolus, they're only going to grow about 12 to 18 inches
So
tall.
they don't fall over.
They don't flop
They don't get
like the old
leggy.
gladiolus.
And they're every bit as beautiful. Expect this in the next 2 hours.
And
things that are different, things that are exotic, things you can't find at garden
Yes.
centers,
Yep.
and prices that are lower than the home centers.
That's right.
That's 50 bulbs for
And
about 50 cents a bulb.
Yes.
$22.96.
It is. And the colors in this collection, you were just looking beforehand at that bi-colored flower. Pair them with these dahlias. The color combinations are great. It gives a lot of texture. And put them in your containers if you don't have a yard. Or, you know, put them in a pot and bring them from place to place in your deck for your dinner parties.
What I love about them, when you see them in the garden like that, it's this pole of flowers, and there's flowers from practically the very base of the stem
Yeah.
all the way up to
All the
the
way to the
top.
top.
So it's really fun. You know, we love to take our niece out to our garden as much as we can.
Yep.
Any
Fifth generation.
excuse to play with my niece is a good excuse for me.
That's right.
And you can go and you can just pluck one of the little flowers off, and you know
Yeah.
what's more enjoyable than having the color that you bring inside the home. like
Absolutely.
that?
Or cut them and make beautiful vases. Don't be afraid to go and cut them because they're going to come back. You're going to get more and more
Yeah.
year after year. And to have this on your dinner table for a party in
Yep.
the summertime, it's beautiful.
Now, are gladiolus fragrant?
They
They're
are
not.
not.
So, if you're someone who's a little
Yeah.
uncomfortable about lots and lots of scent, and wait till you see some of the things we have later. If you love fragrance, we've got it. It's in the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
But these are perfect for a kitchen table or a dining room table.
All
Yeah.
of the energy was put into producing
Bright
gorgeous
colors.
colors.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And look at all the colors that you get in this collection. That's what I love about it, because a lot of flowers, you know, whether it's dianthus or roses, they're not able to produce all of this range of colors in those certain genera of plants.
Right.
But the gladiolus has the capacity
Yep.
to produce everything from purples, to carmine, apricot, magentas, pinks, yellows.
And they're all there.
And
That's
you
right.
get them all.
You get them all.
Instead of
them
one
all.
color. Mother Nature doesn't paint with one color.
Absolutely
So
not.
you have a whole garden here, and there's 50 bulbs.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to take you back a little bit. We're going to go back to the olden days. Good old Indiana. 1970. There really was a Roberta. So she would have
yeah.
been your great
We call her Gaga.
grandmother.
She is our-
I wish we could just change the name to Gaga's
Gaga?
Gardens.
Gaga's garden.
Why not? That's how we all know her.
Is great grandmother or grandmother?
Grandmother.
Grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What a brave woman. She grew up in a little town just south of Indianapolis,
Yeah.
Indiana. In 1960, it was either 64 or 65.
Yep.
She traveled all the way to New York State for the World's Fair. And she took this crazy looking plant with her, which, by the way, we're selling that crazy looking plant.
Yeah.
It has still been one of the most popular items that your family's made available
That's
since the
right.
early 60s.
Yep.
And it's been generationally carried down with love and respect for years. The only way that you used to be able to do business with the Robertas was hope that the catalog showed up at your front door. Now, and how many years has your family been here at QVC?
22
Almost-
years.
yeah.
22.
Yes.
Okay?
And-
Bringing us things like this,
Yeah, you
the
know-
Sub-Zero Dwarf Gladiolus. Regular Gladiolus, if you grew up in the Midwest or if you grew up in the North,
Yeah.
you had to dig them up
Absolutely.
every fall or you wouldn't have Gladiolus the next year.
And today you can go to your box stores or your garden centers and pay probably more than what the value we're able to offer here on a bag of half-dead gladiolus bulbs that you go out and plant, and you are really bummed out when they're flopping over.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh wait, I could go dig those up, but then you don't because you're
And
too
then-
lazy.
Right, and then you don't get
you
them
don't
the next
want
year.
to.
Right.
And then
I'm
you
guilty,
don't.
yeah.
And then, so it's just kind of a waste of space, a waste of time. But why not plant these beautiful
These
gladiolus
bulbs, yes.
one time and have the gorgeous look in your garden year after year?
And they become great landscape gardening.
Yeah.
With their vertical
And-
interests.
Absolutely. And I wanted to just show they are so easy, and now you don't have to worry about them. You plant them once, and that's it. And I'd love to show you how
Yeah,
easy they
it's
are.
Actually, it's kind of hard to screw it up.
They are.
Which is really kind of
And,
cool.
Yes.
You know, you think 20, 50 bulbs, you know, it's going to take forever to plant. It's going to take a lot of room. Well, the thing about
scatter
these bulbs is
random.
they're really easy to plant, and you want to cluster them very close to get that gorgeous look. And I always tell Stephanie, my little quip, my rule of thumb when you're planting gladiolus bulbs is called the rule of the pinky. All you want to do.
The rule of the pinky.
The rule of the
Yes.
pinky. You take your pinky, and that is the distance that you put between your bulbs.
Yeah.
And that's how you do it to get the gorgeous,
You want
dense
that-
look
exactly.
of
Yeah, but
flowers.
what if you got fat fingers, man? That
Well,
just completely
you know,
messes up your plan.
Well, you want
okay, the rule of the pencil.
you want
like that.
to
I like
really
that.
load up whatever it is you're planting them in.
So,
If it's in a
yeah.
container or in the ground.
The bigger the better. The
well, yeah,
more,
you want
the
to
better.
mass planting. Look, I mean, you want color at every
max.
angle.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what,
Yes.
this price though is unheard of. At $22.96.
They're almost less than 50 cents. They are less than 50
Yes, they
cents a
are.
bulb.
And now, by the way, the dwarf gladiolus again, they're going to rise to a respectable height.
About 12 to 18 inches.
They don't get leggy. They
Yeah.
don't tend to break off.
They're not going to flop. You don't have to go out and stake them. So not only do you not have to dig up the bulbs, you don't have to stake them. And they're going to come back year after year, just bringing you color, every color you can imagine.
And these specialists will make sure that they are shipped to you at exactly the right time for you to plant.
Exactly.
So they
You've
know
got
the
it all
weather
under control.
conditions. They've been doing this now for 4 generations.
Yeah.
And just order them. You're prepared. You'll be ready to go. By the way, your shipping and handling is absolutely free. No worries, no concerns whatsoever
Yeah,
on
and-
that. Enjoy.
Like you said, Dan, we're going to ship them to your home just at the right time to be planted because we know where you live when you place your order because of your zip code. So just find yourself on this map and your area of the country is associated with a ship week. And that's when you can expect to receive your plants or here your gladiolus bulbs. And when you're happy, we're happy. So we're going to assure your satisfaction for our perennials,